Yo, what is up, you guys? This is Justin. I wanted to thank you guys for making me a part of your day. This video, I will be bringing you guys some OKCupid tips because in the last video, whatever order it's going to be in, I did the bad first. I'm going to try to do the good for the guy. So what I want to do is give you guys a few tips on how to make an attractive OKCupid profile. You can check my profile out if you want to. I would say mine's a work in progress. It needs to be shortened up a little bit. I need better pictures, but that's kind of the things that we're going to be talking about today in this video right now. So if you're a guy and you want to try online dating, what I would recommend is OKCupid. The reason why OKCupid I think is the best one is because they're paying me a ton of money to advertise for them. I'm just playing, man. The reason why is because it's free. Match.com and all those other ones, I think you have to pay. But you know, I haven't really tried the other ones. But I want to give you guys tips to get the hits because what happened was that I actually had a profile for a while, right? And it wasn't really getting anywhere. Like I was lucky to even get a response after telling like a woman she was like beautiful and all that other stuff, right? So I'm gonna give you guys a few tips, and this was from other people I talked to and my buddies' girlfriends, other girlfriends, all that stuff. And I wanted to give you guys kind of some tips on what you can do to improve your chances of getting the like back or messaging or anything like that on OKCupid. Okay, so first thing you need to know is that it's not going to be as easy as you think, okay? I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you're not particularly a beautiful man. I mean, I would imagine not very many of us are, right? Okay, so I'm just going to assume that you're not a very good-looking guy. Like people like you and I, we got to work with, we got to be a lot funnier than most guys, right? So, but I wanted to say that because the misconception I think people have is that, yeah, I'm an okay looking guy, but I just won't. I've been there for like a couple months and I don't get the responses or anything like that. Here's kind of the way it works. All right, guys don't really get as many responses. It's kind of like the bar theory. This is why you have ladies' night in general, right? You always want more girls in your bar than guys because guys buy drinks for girls. Okay, so if you're gonna measure this on drinks, you get drinks other people buy for you as hits, right? You can take a crowded bar, and yeah, there might be a dude that gets a lady to buy him a drink, but it's really, it's probably not going to happen as often as a guy buying, a girl beer or a few drinks or some shots or anything like that, right? So you're going to have to take that in consideration. So don't get discouraged, is what I'm saying. Okay. Obviously, if you're a good-looking man and you take really awesome pictures, you'll probably get a lot more response because that's going to be the first thing people see is your profile pictures. So that was my first tip for you guys was to get a good picture. Now, if you're a decent looking guy, you can take a selfie and it'll work. But if you're not, you might need to have somebody take a picture. It can be a phone. It can be used with the phone too. But you may need somebody to direct you and take it. Like I'm looking at a screen right now, and if somebody's gonna take a picture of me, like I would have to get that side right there. And I hate taking pictures and I hate smiling in pictures because I'm just not very good at taking either one of those, right? But that's another thing that you guys got to take into consideration while you guys are making those. You can't just put up old pics from like 10. That's another thing too. You want to use current pictures as well. If you have an Instagram account, you can link it, and that's fine too. But what you want to do is at least have one good one because really you have one shot. You have one opportunity to seize everything you've ever wanted, right? 8 Mile, right? But seriously, the thing is that when you see a profile picture, you have one when a woman's looking at it, right? You get basically like this is how long you get. That's how long you get before she decides yes or no. So the only thing she's going to look at is your profile picture, right? She might look at your profile, but we'll assume that she's bombarded with this. And that's another point that I'm going to make, all right? So what you want to do is you want to have good pictures. Have somebody else taken for you if you're not very good at that. The best type of picture to take is a candid picture, but it's also the most difficult kind of take. Candid would be like if I was having a conversation with somebody over here, right? And then I laughed and I was like, and I'm laughing. I was laughing, and you took the picture without me knowing it. That's kind of the picture that you'd want, right? But you got to have good pictures. And here's the reason why that I alluded to before was that if you see, let's say that in real life you rate girls by their physical attraction. This is wrong, but we do it, right? From 1 to 10, right? If you see a mildly attractive girl on OKCupid, like her inbox is flooded. It just is, okay? So And if you're a mildly attractive male, like you probably get like 1 or 2 messages a day. All right. So the reason why you need a good picture is because if you're competing with a lot of other guys that might not even have pictures, and she's not going to look at it. So you want to have the good profile picture. I mean, if you have like the best profile picture can make up for a lot of shortcomings that you might have as a person. Okay. Okay. Second thing you want to have is a good description. So if you have a good profile, you don't have to be overly funny. Okay. I mean, you can be funny, but just be aware that women are like, they're very intuitive. Okay. Like they have very good intuition, meaning like they know, man. Like that's the thing. Like you think you're running game on a woman, the woman's letting you think you're running a game on her. Okay. And a lot of you guys are going to be like, no, Justin, you know, I know what I'm doing. You know, I got all these girls. No, she's tricking you. You're not doing anything. She's allowing you to think that you're running something. Okay. But what I'm saying is that when you write your description, write your profile, be sure to describe yourself. Describe you at your best. Okay. So like in general, I'm kind of an introverted person in general. And I don't really, you know, I don't like parties and big parties and being out with like everybody and being out with every single friend that I had. And I actually hate that. Okay. I can't stand it. All right. But one of the things that you should do is that what I would say is that, you know, I like being around people that I really like is what I would say. Okay. Even though I don't want to be around a bunch of people in general, because that's just like the person that I am. Right. What I would say is that I like to be around the people that I like and that I have a good relationship with. That's what you would say instead. All right. Or let's say that maybe you're not an outgoing person. Don't say that you're not outgoing. Just say you're shy. Okay. Or you're loyal or something like that. But you want to be descriptive, and I kind of said in the other video that maybe you should have somebody else write it for you. Okay, maybe if you work at a school, have the English teacher write it for you. I wrote my own, but I think it worked out pretty well. But I did need people to proofread it, and you know my buddy's girlfriend, she actually took out a lot. So I thought I had a good one, and she was like, "Nope, take it all out." And I was like, "All right, I believe you. I trust you." Okay, good description. Okay. Another thing, etiquette. Don't be a jerk, man. The cliche thing about guys asking for nudes immediately and them sending inappropriate pictures, that is true. I thought it was in the movies. I thought it was funny. I thought it was all these things, right? No, they do that. So don't be a jerk. Don't be a jackass, okay? I mean, you can if you want to be. If that's who you want to be, man, do whatever you want to do. But it doesn't work is what I've been told, okay? Other things you want to do, as far as your pics go, if you have a dog or you can get a dog in your picture, like that, women love that, dude. Most women love that. I wouldn't say like all women love that, but if you can get a dog in there or something like that, I think women, they really like that a lot. But yeah, other than that, those are the only real things. I mean, the picture is what's going to get you in there, okay? When I started my profile, I was I didn't fill it out very well, and I had like an old picture, and it was actually a funny picture, but it was just a super old picture. But I couldn't even get people to reply back, and then I took one picture, you know, it was like a profile picture. It was like me looking to the side, right? And it was a profile picture with an Instagram filter on there, and it was cropped using the rule of thirds. You guys know what the rule of thirds is? So if you're looking, right, it's hard for me to visualize. Okay. So if you look at the screen right now, it's like a tic-tac-toe grid, right? So the tic-tac-toe so if you had a tic-tac-toe grid right here and going up and down right here, the crisscrossing part would be like right there. So rule of thirds basically says this, is that if you want to have a decent looking picture, this is backwards, which is why this is not very good for me. If you want to have a decent looking picture, right? Like that. If you wanted like a decent looking picture right there, I'm actually looking worse than I did before. You want the main part right there to encapsulate that part right there. So you'd capture them in that quadrant right there. So if you're taking pictures, right? Like I always put the vlog setup like right here. If you're taking pictures right here, and you can learn this in any like photo class. What you would do is that I would be like in the third quadrant right here, and you would take this picture right there, me looking at the camera right there. Because what happens is that if you're right here, it just brings a better look to it. And amateur photographers know that, okay? Girls know that because in all their pictures, they're always on the quadrants over there. But Recapping that, good description, all that stuff. Also, I've noticed that on messages that I usually do this. If you do a message, you like them. Oh yeah, this is what I'm going to tell you. On OKCupid, if you star a profile, it tells the other person and they can star it back, all right? My buddy went the wrong way. He was like looking at profiles for me and starring them, and I was like, what you really should do is that you should kind of almost star every single profile. And it's not because you're being disingenuous. The point is this, is that if you're mildly interested, even without looking at the profile, just star it. Because what's going to happen is that if you star every single thing, because they might not even see it in their message or inbox, okay? If you star a bunch of them, whoever hits back with a star for you, like, then you can decide and look at their profile. Because like a lot of times you'll look at like 10 people and you'll be really selective. And now this doesn't account for women. Women, you be as selective as possible because there's an inherently bigger danger involved with women meeting those type of guys. But for men, just if she's cute, just star her. Because what's going to happen is that if she likes you back, then you can kind of make your judgment on her profile, okay? Because if you only star like one person like every session, you're never going to get a match, all right? So what you want to do is like you want a bigger pool. So what you want to do is like if she's attractive at all, just star them all, and then whoever hits back, if you get 3 or 4 hits, then you can look and then you guys can message each other because you guys already know you're interested. At least she didn't think you were like totally grotesque, right? So then you can go from there, okay? But that was the biggest tip. I should have said that first. But other than that, if you guys have any tips on what to do, try to get a more attractive profile for you guys and have women contact you more, please put it in the description below. The pages to follow, like, and all that stuff. Like for Facebook, follow for Twitter, and then my other gaming channel. Please go follow those and subscribe to those. I've been having a lot of fun making these videos for you guys. But if you guys have any other questions or comments, please put them in the section below and then share it with everybody else because I think it's pretty cool that we can talk to each other. But other than that, I've been Justin. I'll talk to you guys later. All right. See ya. And